So the NOD-KRAI trailer just dropped, and let's be honest, it was stacked. This cast is probably the most loaded Genshin has ever introduced all at once. From long-awaited lore figures like Columbina, Durin, and Varka, to new names that instantly captured the fanbase's attention. The hype is real, but the biggest question on everyone's mind right now is, when are they coming? Whose banner is dropping first? Who should we save for? And more importantly, who's actually strong? And who's maybe more of a setup unit? So in this video, we're going over the full 6.x banner roadmap based on current leaks and internal testing info, including tier evaluations, early kit descriptions, and even how the community is reacting to each unit so far. I'll go patch by patch, from 6.0 through 6.7, and by the end you'll have a much clearer picture of how to plan your Primo Gems and builds going forward. Now, quick disclaimer. As always, everything in this video is based on current leaked data, dev previews, and credible insider reports. Things can change before final release, so don't treat this as gospel. But for now, this is the most accurate picture we've got. Let's kick things off with 6.0, the version that lays the groundwork for NOD-KRAI's entire combat system. In the first half, we're getting a 5-star Electro Male, Flins, bow user, designed as a carry built around Electrocharged and likely syncing with the lunar system. Alongside him is Aino, a 4-star Hydro Claymore girl, not the strongest stat-wise, but crucial for unlocking Lunar Bloom and Lunar Charged early on, since only NOD-KRAI characters can trigger those reactions. In the second half, we've got a 5-star Dendro Catalyst female that's Lauma, and she's confirmed to be a support, not a main DPS. She specializes in Lunar Bloom and scales heavily with Elemental Mastery, which makes perfect sense given that 6.0 also introduces a new EM-focused artifact set. Plus, enemies in this version have mechanics that favor Lunar Charged, so early synergy is key. Also, quick side note, Flins, the Lightkeeper, is actually a polearm user. Leakers were apparently told to lie about his weapon type to keep things under wraps, but he's already getting attention. Alright, so in 6.1 we finally get Durin. Yes, the dragon from Mondstadt's lore, now reborn in human form. He's a 5-star Pyro Sword user, and works as a massive off-field support. Think Bennett and Shengling fused together, but modernized. He applies off-field pyro, gives team-wide damage buffs, and even heals. He's ranked in the second highest strength tier, just under Columbina and Alice. And while he can't trigger lunar reactions, that's kind of the point. He's expected to be a long-term meta pyro support, possibly replacing Bennett in a lot of comps. And yeah, the community is already loving both his lore comeback and his clean utility-focused kit. Moving into 6.2, we get Nefer, a Dendro Bow main DPS. She's the first character designed to fully utilize the Lunar Bloom reaction system. What's cool about Nefer is that her damage output doesn't just scale off traditional stats like Elemental Mastery or Attack. It scales with reaction uptime, so she rewards fast-paced, tight rotations. Fans have been comparing her to a Dendro child, and her design is also getting lots of love online. In terms of tier, she's ranked 3rd, just below the heavy hitters, but still a strong standalone carry. Now we get to the centerpiece of 6.3, Columbina. She's been hyped in the lore forever as the 3rd-ranked Fatui Harbinger, and in terms of gameplay, she absolutely delivers. She's a Hydro polearm user with powerful off-field Hydro application, and her skill is described as something like Song of the Welkin Moon, likely an elegant pulse-style Hydro aura with wide application range. Her release is also what really unlocks full lunar reaction comps, so she's basically the gateway to high-end NOD-KRAI team building. She's ranked at the very top, tied with Alice, and the community is already calling her the Nahida of Hydro. No joke. She's probably going to be everywhere in high-level content. Also, in the second half of 6.3 and rolling into 6.4, we're getting 2 surprise female characters. Their identities haven't been confirmed yet, but insider sources say they weren't part of the original roadmap. So expect lore twists or characters with connections to Celestia, the Seelie, or even the Abyss. These could be limited-time units or event-linked banners, so keep an eye out. In 6.5, it's finally time for Varka, the Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius. He's entering as a pure Anemo main DPS, focused on raw Anemo DMG rather than swirl reactions. Think more like Xiao, less like Kazuha. He's rated as standard strong, not broken, but reliable. Community response has been mixed. Some are excited just to finally see him, while others are unsure if his pure Anemo kit will be flexible enough in modern team comps. Still, he's a big lore addition, and tons of players are planning to pull purely out of loyalty. Then comes June 6th, with the long-anticipated debut of Nicole. She's a cryo support, designed specifically to pair with Alice in melt-based teams. She's also known as Witch N, and her kit includes off-field cryo application, reaction extension, and possibly unique synergy mechanics. She's in the second tier for strength, and the double witch comp, Alice and Nicole together, is now officially reconfirmed in testing leaks. If you're planning to pull Alice in 6.7, you need Nicole. Simple as that. Finally, 6.7 brings us Alice, the legendary Great Incense Witch herself. She's a Pyro main DPS, and quite possibly the most broken character to date. She's expected to have mechanics that don't fully conform to traditional elemental scaling, and she may even bypass some core def scaling rules or introduce temporary world effects during combat. She's ranked number 1, and based on everything we've seen so far, it's justified. Fans have waited for Alice for years, and now she's not only delivering in lore, she's also coming in hard as a high-tier meta DPS. So what's the takeaway? Honestly, this is one of the most deliberately interconnected rosters Hoyoverse has ever dropped. Early characters like Aino are functional enablers. Mid-range characters like Nefer and Nicole set the stage for reaction teams, and late-game banners like Columbina and Alice pull it all together into full-team synergy. This isn't just a hype cycle, it's a build-up. If you're skipping early banners thinking, "I'll just wait for Alice," you might be missing some of the key setup units that make her team truly shine. Same goes for Columbina. These characters aren't just strong on their own, they're part of a full design ecosystem across multiple patches. Let me know which version you're planning to pull in, and what kind of teams you're thinking of building. Are you saving hard for Alice, or going in early for Columbina or Durin? Drop your plans in the comments, and if you want more updates like this, banner breakdowns, team previews, and lore connections, make sure to subscribe. There's still so much ahead in NOD-KRAI, and we're only getting started.